Hello everyone, this is Betsy from Ideas Times 2, and I have a very fun project to share with you. This is a flip through of a journal Cyndi and I both made for our mom. It's for her birthday, which was October 1st, so a little bit behind on this project, mostly my fault. But Cyndi and I did get together this summer and had this project in mind to make for her. Hopefully she'll like it. I'm not 100% sure. I hope she loves it. We put together a lot of personalized things for her, and so I was just going to show you quickly what we made. This book is 6 by 9. It has a 3-inch spine, so pretty big. It has an embossed cover with crinkly effect on the front. The spine has ridges, and the back has also got the crinkles. You can probably see them a little bit better. I'll hold this up too for the embossing part. So I hope you enjoy this flip through. Just very fun to make something for our mom. It is antique Norwegian lace tabs at the top. It has a lot of charms that hang down. They're kind of stuck inside the book right now. But oh, here we go. They are not. They were just hiding. So I tried to find as many blue charms as I could find. And so it has muslin tabs and also charms hanging down. The signature strings have beads tied on, and so we've got beads hanging down at the bottom. So there's some antique lace too on the headband and the footband, if that's what that's called. I'm not even sure. And no closure. It stays together. Well, that's kind of a bad way to put it because it's going to pop open because of that. But when I lay it down like this, it stays perfectly flat. So no closure. Anyway, I'm going to flip through this and show you what we came up with for Mom. All right, so at the front of the book we have a belly band, only it's not a belly band, it's a belly tie. I don't know what to call it. And it is an envelope flip, so it has a little journal spot, collaged up envelope, and then it flips open. The flap of the envelope becomes a tuck spot in the back. There's some ladies reading books. She's an avid reader, so I thought those would be appropriate for her. Also, here's a pocket with a botanical tag, and that just closes up, and so that she doesn't have to worry about that envelope flapping around, I just went ahead and put a tie on it. Sorry, silk. So it doesn't take up, it's not very bulky, it doesn't take up a lot of room. Alright, so it has 4 signatures. I didn't count how many pages, but I mean, there are a lot. But we'll just go quickly here. All the pages are tea stained or coffee stained. A little bit of collaging here. There's fabric sewn on. A little tuck spot on this short page with collaged tags. A little botanical page. Stenciling on here. Pocket with little booklet and an ephemera card. This is cabbage stained paper. This is actually a wallpaper cutout. Ledger. This is washi tape on here, a little collaging. A cutout with some cheesecloth. Center of the signature has a flowered bag with some tags that pull out the side. And this is doily stained. You know, if it's, you can see that a little bit. With stenciling. This page has stamps. They're sewing themed stamps, and they're just stamped all over with a gray color. And both my mom and my grandma sewed, and especially when we were younger. So that is to help, not help, but it's to remind her about the fun times we had. Or maybe she didn't have fun sewing. Maybe she didn't, but I thought it was fun to watch her sew. And I love sewing to this day, so it's good for me. This is a trim, and that's cut out. We made envelopes out of floral paper, and here is some avocado stained paper inside, which coordinated with that paper really well. My mother is a wonderful baker. She cooks as well, but she's a wonderful baker, and so I had vintage cookbook, one of those smaller sized ones. It's probably 5 by 7, I would guess. And so I took an image from that, made it into a tuck spot. Also took out one of the recipes, and I thought this was funny because we used to eat this a lot, creamed peas. And then my mom would throw in chipped beef. So here's some little collaging on there. I liked it. I thought it was really good. Every once in a while I get hungry for it. Here's a page taken right from the book, and it's got some little sayings and helpful hints on here, and it has a couple of recipes on the back. So I just thought she would enjoy looking at that from an old, I think it's from the 50s. And this, we found some music that had the song called Mother's Cookies, and so I took that and put it on this hard board here, and we had a vintage book with a mom and a daughter with a plate of cookies, and so that was just collaged up on the back. And it just clips on. Second signature, little collaged up lady there. This corner tuck is also a journal spot with a little stamping on here that's collaged, and the text on this says mud pies, bread cakes pies. They are mud pies, of course, so we used to play outside all the time. I have 5 sisters, and we used to play outside all the time, and I remember making mud pies. So I thought that might be fun. We thought that might be fun, not me. By myself. Mamas wait for their, and busy worker, happy work, fresh air. So those all have to do with moms too. And this envelope has a pull-out tag. It's collaged up. Some notebook paper on both sides. And that tucks right into there. So cute. All right, so as we go on, the acorn cups, which the little girls found under the tree, and so on. Also just, playing outside, and it mentions girls, and so that's, of course, a big part of our family. Inventory tag here, a little fold-out sheet. Acorn cups, and then this is also an oak tree leaves with some acorns in the middle. And doily collaging. My mom loves flowers, and so you'll see lots of flowers. It's a little fold-out sheet, some index cards that are collaged up. Got some fibers in there, and ephemera, and ribbon. Here's a library card pocket and library card, and they are collaged up. Lots of florals and girls, which, that's our family, girls. Another doily paper. That one you can see a little bit better, I think. And then the center of this has a paper bag made into pockets as well. This is a tag over on this side. And this is a booklet with all kinds of papers. There's hand marbled and hand stained, all kinds of papers in there. And angels. My mom used to collect angels for years. And she doesn't anymore, but I'm pretty sure she has, I don't know, like 500 angels on her Christmas tree. I don't know. My mom loves Christmas too, and that will come further on in the book. This page, I guess we came across the other side of it earlier. I must have, yeah, right here. But it's folded up to make a pocket, and then folded back again to make a reinforcement, also a decorative little element here on the pocket. So here are some index cards just collaged up, lace, ribbons, ephemera, those are tucked in there. avocado stained paper with trim sewn on. Here's another envelope we made, and it is lined with paper bag. It has some lace on it, and there is paper and a pretty card in there. Alright, and that gets clipped on, clipped on there. Some notebook paper, washi tape. This gridded index card is a pocket, and there's a dictionary page with collaging and a fold-out sheet. A little collaging here on cheesecloth, paper, patterned paper. This is the third signature. So my mom grew up hearing my grandma talk about whenever my grandma was frustrated or just toying with the kids, just playing around, she would say there was an old woman who lived in a shoe, had so many kids, she didn't know what to do. And so this became sort of a thing with their family. And so I don't remember my mom saying, I think my mom said it at times. My mom did say it too, but I think it's mostly something that she fondly remembers her mom saying. And so here, this we got this from, I don't remember, but we got it it was either eBay or Etsy, and it was a page from a 1901 Child's Verses book. And so that is put in here, the original page, and it's, of course, the old woman and the shoe, and there's a line of kids there. And this side pocket has some collaging on here, and this is a postcard from 1955, and as you can see, it's like a children's play place, and it's in the shape of the old woman's shoe. So it's a little play place for the kids. And then the other side of this has another child's verse on it. Okay, my mom is a woman of deep faith, and so this page has names of Jesus on it, and this is the bottom part of Jesus Loves Me song, which is a song that all the grandkids came up at my grandma's funeral, and we sang that song. And so that is, it's a simple child song, but it's, it's got all the words in it that are so meaningful. Here, my mom loves yellow roses, and so here's just one of the many yellow roses in this book, and it is from a doily, and so it's fabric, and it's just sewn right onto the page. Here's just a little side tuck with some stitching around it, and a little bit of some cutouts glued onto these tags, and some ephemera pieces. I think this one folds in half. It's like almost like a little notebook, kind of. This is, what is this? I think this is cabbage stained paper, and some collaging there with washi tape. Okay, so in the 60s, I believe, late 60s, I remember going to the green stamp store with my mom, and she would pick out some things that she could buy with her green stamps. So if you don't remember that era, it's like a rewards card, only at different retailers you would earn green stamps, and you would attach them onto a page. For however many dollars you spent, you'd get a certain number of stamps. You'd attach them onto a page inside of a booklet, and once you fill up that whole booklet, or several booklets, you would take it to the green stamp store and redeem it for some sort of prize. And so I remember going to the green stamp store with my mom and actually picking out some things, and so that's really cool. So these are vintage pieces. This is from the booklet itself, the back page, and then there's a whole page of green stamps. So those were kind of cool. There's some washi tape down here, a little fold out sheet. This tuck spot has actually got a button and string closure in it. It has a little something inside of there, and that just closes up. And this side is a recipe booklet that my aunt had put together with my grandma's recipes. And you can see the illustration drawn by my aunt. But this is the shoe, and this is the old woman who lived in the shoe. And so this was a thing with them. Here's a page from that cookbook with my grandma's handwriting on it, and a poem my aunt had written. And this page I put in here because it has my sister's names on it, Lynn and Sue. And this is the back side of the cookbook. And this is a recipe that my mom was supposed to make for company. When my mom made this for company, she put some food coloring and things that weren't supposed to have food coloring. I guess she was trying to make the meal more interesting. And she was told to never do that again, so she did the opposite thing. Like, she put pink in the potatoes and green in the gravy, and she was told to never do that again. So the next time she was supposed to make that in the meal, she made the green potatoes and the pink gravy. She was following directions, but she got in trouble because she's that way. She's special. So this is a page from a 1940 children's coloring book, and as you can see, it's the old woman who lived in the shoe. Has lots of beautiful patina on here. My mom was born in 1940, so I thought that was a pretty unique find. This is a die that we had tea stained, I believe, and it left an impression. So I just tore around that. This is from a 1950s magazine, and so I put that on there. This tag opens up, there's some stamping, or this pocket opens up, and then there's a tag in there. Some notebook paper. Little collaging with stitching. This is golden beet stained paper with stenciling. This is a card that has a scripture verse on it. This is the other side of that Jesus Loves Me music. The names of Jesus again here on the page. This is not vintage, it's antique Norwegian lace with bunnies woven in. Fold out sheet. Some collaging. This is the last signature. So she's collaged up with her button hanging from a little garment pin there. Little collaging on here with the roses. Inventory tag with dictionary definition for journal. This is a faux envelope. It's just a fold out there. Oops. This page has ledger sheet from 1939, and that is the year my dad was born. Yellow rose. So that's one of her favorites. Here is a calendar page from 1940, the year my mom was born, and she was born October 1st. So this is an October page. There's the 1st right there. So she was born on that day, and here are some yellow roses. This page was folded up to make a pocket, and it's clipped so that it doesn't fold out. It just keeps it intact there. Doily page. This is a botanical print, eco print paper. I think my sister made this. It is so pretty. I just love it. So pretty. Here's a corner tuck, journal spot, a tag, and paper fold out. Hand marbled paper and botanical with tea stained or coffee stained paper on the back. This is collaged up. It says Mother's Day. We found music that said, "My present is ready for Mother's Day. I don't have to wrap it or hide it away," etc. So it's a little song about Mother's Day, and so we put the words Mother's Day there. The other part of that eco print Isn't that beautiful? I mean, that is so beautiful. This side is also so pretty. And the other side of the calendar page, rose, yellow rose. My mother loves Christmas, as I had mentioned earlier, so here's a Christmas pocket. And inside the pocket, these gridded index cards have Christmas images on them. This CD envelope has a it's a cardstock, patterned paper cardstock, and so that's just slipped right in there, and some more collaging there with some holly, a holly branch. So that's on there, and the flap of the CD envelope has actually got the words to a Christmas song on it as well. A pocket made with Christmas ephemera, and this is a fold-out sheet. And that's the end of the book. I didn't have the heart to cover this up. This is probably my favorite Tim Holtz paper right here. And so I loved it. I know she will love it too. And I just left it blank. So that's our book that we made for Mom. I hope you guys enjoyed this flip through. And we'll be coming up with another video very soon. Thank you for joining us today. And we will see you later. Goodbye.